playing like Jamie is. And I think he's shown great professionalism so far by not celebrating anything. He's just keeping his head down and doing his job.
It hasn't been a good few weeks for Chisnall because he lost first round in the Grand Prix to Luke Woodhouse. It was an excellent performance from Woodhouse. You've got to
60.
give him all the credit. Then in Hildesheim, he lost to Gabriel Clemens in round 2. Since then, he's won one game this week against Bradley Brooks.
100.
It's been a bit of a struggle, and it's not a good time of year to go off the boil.
No, because it's very cold outside, so you need to stay on the boil.
140.
Yet again, Jamie's going to have first pop.
120, yeah.
Dave almost looks surprised at getting 120 with 2 darts.
138.
2 at double 12. And Jamie
Game
Clark
shot.
is one leg away from a whitewash victory against Dave Chisnall. If you were to back a whitewash, and typical of Chisnall's performance that he's left the bogey number.
128.
Clark will have a pop at 114.
How many times do you see it? Bogey number greeted with 2 treble 20s.
Yeah, he's got choices on 42.
130.
Well, he's going to give double 16 a go. If Clark misses tops, which he
Game
doesn't,
shot
Jamie
and
Clark, a
match.
6-1 victory against Dave Chisnall. One of the most impressive victories of his career.
Chatter this year about who is the best player without a tour card. Maybe we should just bin that argument and say
80.
there's more players who are at tour card level without a card than ever before. Talk about people like Steve West and Luke Littler and Daryl Pilgrim and plenty of others.
40.
But honestly, these days, when you see people coming through the door like Pilgrim, you think, that's a substitute?
96.
Time's gone by, substitute players, you'd think, well, I'll definitely take them on. There was nobody on that floor this morning who wanted to draw Daryl Pilgrim. And nobody wanted to draw Scott Williams last year when he was a substitute.
91.
But he was a never-present substitute because he was always at the top of the rankings in the Challenge Tour.
Yeah, I think if you asked that question earlier this year, you'd have probably opted for Barry Van Peer as the best without a tour card. He's gone off the boil a little bit in recent months. This could be red hot for Scott Williams. Bullseye. Magnificent. Wonderful big fish from Scott Williams. It's also a break of throw.
I sneakily thought it would be at least 10 legs.
100.
When I spoke to you about it, I didn't tell you who I thought would win because it could have been either way.
Are you going to tell me after the game's finished?
Still think it's on a knife edge.
60.
I thought Dave Chisnall was going to beat Jamie Clark. I was wrong.
Me too. Treble 18. Well, in all
95.
likelihood, he's going to come back to tidy up 56. He certainly is now.
It's already practicing his follow-through in the background. I hope it's a little bit better than that practice one. It was a bit fleely, Scott.
130.
And this one has to sail in. Double 8. Last attempt.
40.
And that might be that. Jurgen van der Velde on the cusp of round 2 to take on Jamie Clark.
Yeah, whether or not that was deliberate from Scott Williams, it probably is, knowing him.
Game shot and
But Jurgen van der Velde has done enough. A 6-4 victory.
I think that's something that Kim took a little bit of time to get used to in PDC darts because he was seen more as a stage player at the start of his career.
140.
He couldn't get a 9 dart. Can he get a 170 checkout?
$100.
Kim right at the yockey really quickly. Couldn't wait to get rid of that leg. Great stuff. And now it's time for Kim to put him out of his misery potentially. Should have been at the outer ring, but he'll have to settle for the bull.
24.
It's not been a friend to him in this game. He's missed it 3 times. 2 8s for Sean to save the match.
3.
Hasn't been sharp enough on the outer ring. He would admit that. Ever since he went for that 1-4-1 for the 9-darter.
Game shot.
And Kim Huybrechts is a worthy winner. Played very steadily in that game. Decent doubling, decent average as well. And who have a great deal more experience than Connor would struggle with this pace. He's not struggling. He's thriving.
136.
Great approach. But Scott should put him away this time on tops.
Game shot.
And he does on double 10. To Connor Scott right now, he'd have your hand off. Brian Roman is currently 5-2 up on Matt Campbell in the final first round game on the other streaming board with the 2 Dans. Maybe another result that is going to go against the run of form. Campbell would have been fancied for that one, but Roman within 1 leg of the second round.
133.
As is Andy Bolton against Scott Waits. He's currently 5-2 up as well. Just like Connor, he was on the cusp of getting that one job done that I mentioned. Well, there was a bit of shoulder in that one, wasn't it? Maybe a bit of disdain for this match as Connor goes for a second bull. Still very
92.
useful. Depends what Gavlas does with darts 1 and 2 here. That's 86 left, and he doesn't have to go for the 54. He's going to do what Scott Williams did a couple of games ago and try to find a blocked target. I don't get that. I think he should have gone for something else
41.
that was open. And he might pay the ultimate price. And he does. Connor Scott was much better than Adam Gavlas there. His finishing was better. His average was better. And now he's almost passed that title on to Jules Van Dongen now.
Well, Jules Van Dongen is about $3 grand inside the World Championship, which with only 3 events to go, you'd think that looks pretty good. Van der Velde just giving himself, well, not a moment, more like 5 moments.
56.
It's almost like his alter ego was giving him a telling off there. He was not pleased with that previous shot. He took a good 3 or 4 seconds, or even more, to compose himself ahead of throwing the darts towards the board, and Jamie Clark has taken him to town. Good leg here from Jamie.
Oh, can he get back on that double hitting tip he was on earlier?
53.
Well, it leaves single to double combo, so he's not done anything dreadfully wrong there.
He's been really good on tops in this game,
56.
predominantly. So I'd be surprised if he leaves double 16 here. Didn't look as comfortable on that double there as he was on a vertical double.
Game shot.
But he does find it.
The last dart he throws here in Barnsley today. 1 treble required. It'll have to be the 19s. And it's nowhere near.
59.
Some players just need 1 chance to get a match won. For players who are in the position of Jamie Clark, maybe he needs 2 or 3. Well, that's fortunate that he's got a shot at double 4.
12.
Dragged low, and now chance number 2 for Clark. It's a lot easier than 127. He should guarantee at least 1 dart. Add a double to be in the board final for the 2nd time this year.
And that'll do it. This time Jamie Clark only needs 1 at double 16. He wins it by 6 legs to 4.
I don't think I'll ever forget that, when he was practicing double top at the end.
Yes, he'd literally given up in a leg, knowing that he would have the darts in the next leg to try and win against MVG, and thought he'd have a bit of practice throwing at double top, while Van Gerwen continued to muck about,
58.
visit after visit on the doubles. All of a sudden, Kim Huybrechts was looking at 1-3-4. Treble 18, 2 at double top. He'd had all that practice in the last couple of visits. Won the game,
165.
celebrated like a deranged man, and produced one of the moments of the European Tour last year. He might be getting his nose in front. He was 3-1 up,
58.
4-3 down, but may lead 5-4 here.
Double 10. They weren't close.
30.
And he's lumbered with double 5 now when he comes back, but I'm not sure he's going to be too pleased with his position, considering what Connor's doing here.
100.
Straight at it. Going to go the 3. And that leaves double 1. Oh, great last dart from Kim Huybrechts.
Oh, that was a hell of a right hook, wasn't it? That poor left hand. Because you get a jump into round 2 and a financial benefit for that of double the money of round 1.
Yeah, not just to jump into round 2, theoretically
97.
an easier second round game as well. But let's just see if he can get this one, because he is going to get a look at the 107, Kim Huybrechts. He was in trouble in this game, and Connor Scott was the better
100.
player for a little portion as he put 3 legs together. Treble 16. Would have left tops.
50.
Are we going the distance?
So nobody's had a match dart yet. Double 5 to take us to the limit.
Game shot.
And there we go, 2 doubles to take us to 5-5, and we does it on double 5. I suppose in that particular turn he was.
Got to fill it up to get to a finish. But that's enough to worry
140.
Huybrechts. This is stressful.
Oh, seems to be stressful watching Kim or playing against him. I can testify to that.
100.
Well, that's a tremendous 2-treble visit. 100 in front, but vitally a guaranteed shot to win this game and to go through to the board final with Jamie Clark.
100.
10.5 legs played. They're both on 76 and 5 all. Kim will get the first crack. 1 dart at tops. And it
36.
isn't enough. Does Connor Scott get the same? Could he get himself 2 match darts?
The repercussions of this shot could be enormous. He gets 1 shot at tops. And he hits
Game
it.
shot and the match.
They could be separated in that game by 1 solitary shot.
Rob Cross and Jan van Veen, one of those two is going to lose that game, and they're going to lose it with a ridiculous
60.
average. Rob Cross beat Chris Dobey, despite Dobey averaging 111 yesterday. It's the 3rd time he's managed to do it. He might get a taste of his own medicine, because Van Veen's
100.
5-4 up, and it's 110 average Cross, 113 for Jan van Veen. Another in there. Not going to happen. Now, Connor Scott, this is a chance, and he knows it. You just see him
85.
readying himself at the back of the booth. 2 tops. Is there room for another? Oh, of course there is. It is brilliant from Connor Scott. The sniper is picking off that double top so regularly. There'll be pressure. There'll be loads of pressure. Whoa, he went for the 180 to leave 26. Bit of a dead cat shot there. Is it double-double again? He's got a better lie for the treble. He just couldn't find it.
56.
He's been outscored. He's certainly been outfinished in this game. Connor Scott gets treble 14 for double 12.
42.
Well, if it was tops, you'd have backed him. But that is 2 match darts that Connor Scott has missed. Double 10. Double 5.
35.
Panic or just a bad dart? Who knows? But it might be game over. Is it game over? Yes, it is.
And
It is a board final exit for Jamie Clark. It's actually a pretty good day for him at night. Can he get another in there? He doesn't like the lie. I mean, he could go treble 20, double 17. Oh, yeah.
114.
I love the thinking. Brilliant thinking. Couldn't execute. 14 segment. Leaves the bull.
99.
Decides against going for the 17s. He blocked it after the first dart. So decided to scuttle away to the double 16. It did not work.
Game shot.
25 taken out on double 4 by Ryan Searle.
$140.
Another in there. Now to the... Well, he's just going to stay there.
71.
Smashes in a 171. A chance might be opening up for Josh Rock.
134. $77 scores 61 left. 61 left? Yeah. 84.
And again, the one segment.
76.
Well, he's been very good at taking out 51. 54 is a similar shot. The 2 darts missed for Josh Rock. Golden opportunity disappears. 2 for tops.
Game shot.
And Ryan Searle makes no mistake. That is a let-off. Couple of big finishes facing these two. Josh Rock's not going to make his disappear.
65.
And that's not as good as it could have been. How many times has he hit that?
27.
Goes the 18 route.
72, yeah.
Well, Ryan Searle's allowed back to the board, but he only scored 27. It's a dreadful setup shot.
40. Game shot.
Just to hold the throw for Josh Rock, but it's...
$138.
Well, great visit from Ryan Searle. He really needed something like that as well.
83.
It's not enough to leave a finish. Searle, 1 visit to set up, 1 visit to close it out.
100.
And the setup is okay. It's a 1 treble combo that stands between him and the quarterfinals.
100.
Single 10 for double top.
70.
Ryan Searle misses a match dart. If Josh Rock can make the 78 disappear, he'd have the darts in the last leg decider. Great dart for double 12. Oh, brilliant stuff from Josh Rock. It's a 14 darter. He manages to break the Searle throw for the first time. The very last opportunity. One, he missed a dart at tops, and 2, the 1 segment, which he has hammered over and over again. But that is a brilliant recovery. Down to a finish. Rock must get to 1. He's got to give himself a chance. He hasn't, and that means Searle can set this up. He doesn't need to go for the bullseye. He doesn't need to win it in this visit.
135.
Leaves the double 16. It's not his double of choice, but he's perfectly capable of taking it out. There's a little reminder from Josh Rock with a maximum, but is it too little too late? 13 darter from Ryan Searle to win it. It looked like he might have been floored when Josh Rock managed to break his throw for the first time. No pressure at all here. Radek Zagansky is our first semi-finalist. Double top for Zonneveld.
38.
It's not there.
105.
Does like to utilise that bull Petretsko. Might not make a difference. Second dart should be a good marker,
20.
but he's dragged it well low.
He's missed some crucial darts at crucial times, Neil Zonneveld, in this game. And Petretsko's been pretty good at punishing. Double 14 to punish again, and that's exactly what he does. It is by no means brilliant stuff from Ricardo Petretsko.
Should get himself to a better finish than Zonneveld's 161.
91.
And he does.
Petretsko will get a look at the 130, but there will be pressure.
127.
All sorts of pressure. Zonneveld going to the bull to make sure he leaves single to double. Trouble required. Gets it. Another match dart. The bullseye this time. And Pikachu misses another chance.
Does Zonneveld go straight at it? He did. Quite a way off. And they're two horrible darts. How's he going to thread this through?
17.
He can't quite. So Ricardo Petretsko wants 25 to book his place in the semi-final. Gets the 9. Pulled that horribly. Recomposes himself. And he's bust.
4 match darts have come and gone for Ricardo Petretsko, and worse than that, if he is allowed back to the board, he's back on 25. He scratches his head. Can Zonneveld keep his? Yes, he can. Back-to-back legs for Neil Zonneveld, and you can see from the reaction, even a single 20 gets him to a shot. It allows Ricardo Petretsko a chance to just set this up. A ton is fine. Oh, he's going fancy. That's not in, I don't think. It isn't.
72 scored, yeah.
The old Rob Cross route.
It is. The problem with that is he got one treble, but he needs another treble to get to a double. Oh, he's got it anyway. It doesn't matter. Ricardo Petretsko, not only has he got to a double, he's got to the double that he wants. He has already missed 4 darts for the match. He will get more here.
65.
This is where he excelled last weekend. Ricardo Petretsko wants double 16. Next door. And pins double 8, and Ricardo Petretsko completes our semi-final lineup. The only one of the 4 semi-finalists to have a title to his name, and it could turn out to be a very averaging just shy of 104. Be a remarkable story if he
56.
could get the job done today. I think whichever way you look, it's going to be a great story.
60.
Sagansky, an unlikely winner. Connor Scott's win could potentially save his status as a tour card holder. Van Veen, it could be the first of many. Petretsko could be 2 in a week, and a magnificent way to mark your 29th birthday. There is narrative
57.
aplenty. Van Veen looking for an 11-darter of his own. Leaves 41, so just about gets the single 9.
$180.
Well, it does all he can, Scott, to apply the pressure, but it does not matter.
48.
Seems to be one of those who's equally comfortable on the 16s or tops. Van Veen's not going to take out 158.
96.
That's a good guide.
40.
But he can't use it. Van Veen wants 62 to break back. There'll be 1 dart at double 16. Adjusting his glasses. This is a huge dart. And he gets it right in the middle. Slapping himself down when he goes up and delivers a poor visit.
100.
Oh, he didn't want that. Might not make a difference at this stage, but probably should have looked to switch.
121.
Oh, really nicely recovered. Brilliant from Connor Scott. And it's all about keeping your own head when
134.
you make mistakes or things don't necessarily go your way.
Game shot.
Connor Scott does keep his head. Well, I was going to make the point that he doesn't need to go for it. He's not going to get a choice now.
95.
It's a good last dart. Radek Sagansky through to the final. A 7-3 winner against Ricardo Pietrezco.
140.
Taking out 108 to beat the German. Can Scott take out 75? Tops for a place in the final.
35.
And he's missed, and Van Veen might only get a dart at the bullseye. Treble 18. Doesn't get it. Scott has 3 more chances. And Connor Scott reaches his first ever PDC final.
It can be measured. But if you win a tournament at this time of the year, you can't just change your day.
99.
You can change your life.
Absolutely. From the semis to the final to a win, it's like family fortunes. It's double your money.
How many bus drivers do you know have won PDC titles? None off the top of my head.
Ask me in about 20 minutes' time.
It might be Dan Dawson asking Radek.
100.
48 for 3-1. Looks very comfortable all of a sudden.
Game shot.
Now he feels even better.
100.
He used to throw a Simon Whitlock style dart in this shape, but he had them tailored to a smooth texture, and very recently he's gone to a gold coloured one. I think they're working pretty well.
Yeah, the evidence of today suggests exactly that.
59.
They've only met once before, and Connor Scott won that one.
100.
And it was very recently, it was only last month. Did they think at that point, oh, I might be playing this guy in a Pro Tour final next month? Double 11. Oh, that changes the game a little bit, because Connor Scott was thinking, I'm going to get to 5, but he's not.
95.
But that 180 was huge. Is he going to get another big visit? Oh, wow. What a 6-dart blitz from Radek.
Well, Connor Scott, by the looks of things, is going to have to find that same steel that so him beat Anderson.
77.
Because Radek Sagansky is turbocharging now.
Game
Brilliant.
shot on the 9th leg.
Hits the front for the first time. Arguably be the biggest year in Polish darts, because Ratajski's won this year. It might even eclipse 2017 when Ratajski became world master.
And even elsewhere, we could still see Sebastian Białecki go to Ali Pali, because he's got the opportunity with the East Europe qualifier. He's another real hot prospect in darts. I mean, I don't know about you, Nico, but
85.
Poland as a Euro Tour venue is just waiting to happen.
It has to.
140.
One of the biggest ticket successes of the entire year. Scott is in trouble if he doesn't hit this. He's got the wrong treble. Sagansky has 56
62.
to be one away from glory. Double 18. What more could you ask for?
Leg.
What a performance from Sagansky to date. Still driving a bus when he goes back to Cork. There's going to be loads of Irish people
100.
saying, are you that guy that won last weekend in Barnsley? You look like him. It's not over yet. But because of that
85.
one treble visit, Sagansky's got probably 9 darts from here.
100.
Might not even need 9.
He did have 9 darts from there.
59.
But I get the feeling he's going to have plenty of darts to get the job done. He might even get it done here if he so wishes.
97.
64 points to be a winner in the PDC for the first time. It'll be on his mind now, Dan.
40.
Double 16. And Radek
32.
Sagansky misses his first tournament dart.
The tournament is still alive. But now it goes back to Sagansky,
100.
who's been doubling like a demon all day.
Can he do it now when it really matters? Yes, he can.
And
Radek
Radek
Sagansky, one of the most unlikely winners on the PDC circuit for quite some time. A simply stunning performance against Connor Scott to win by 8 legs to 5. No one would have predicted that at the start of the day. Radek Sagansky, for him, winning a couple of games would have equated to a good day. But he's not only won a title, he's probably secured his place at Ali Pali.